welcome back to Cole Family Farms. My name is Patricia, and my husband and I own and operate a cattle farm here in the Ozark Mountains in north central Arkansas. He currently does the cattle full-time. At the moment, I am on short-term disability due to a shoulder surgery that I am recovering from, trying to get my strength back. I've had 2 surgeries on it in the last 2 months, so I'm hoping that maybe this is going to be the last of them. I know in my mind that now I'm really healing well. It feels better than ever. I did the last one. They put the last procedure that I had be 2 weeks ago. This coming Friday. They put 2 cortisone injections in there to help me manage the pain, and I will start therapy tomorrow, Tuesday, 3 times a week to help with that range of motion. The range of motion has already increased. What had happened is I ended up having a frozen shoulder and could barely lift the arm any height at all. Couldn't do my hair. I couldn't even move. This is my left arm. This is the one that I had surgery on. I couldn't even do this number. Now that I can, I feel so good. It was just really so hard to get dressed, put pants on, shoes, do my hair. But since he went in and unlocked the shoulder, stretched it, manipulated it, did what he needed to do, I have major improvement with the range of motion. My next appointment is July 15th, so I'm kind of hoping that after that I'll be ready to go back to work, which I'm going to be really excited. I am a home health nurse, and that is one of my passions. I enjoy doing that. My other greater passions, maybe hobbies, I'm not sure what you might want to call those, but I really love gardening. I love being outside. I like going to the lakes, the creeks, the rivers, the springs. I like hiking, fishing. I like anything that has to do with outdoors, riding, walking around, touring, looking at our small towns, visiting smaller areas. But more than anything, I love being home. I love being at my farm. I love being outside. I love gardening year-round if that is possible here. Our winters are really kind of harsh, and it makes it impossible unless you have the right setup for those techniques. So today I am back out in my garden. This is Monday morning, and the weather here is phenomenal. It is cool. It's unseasonably cool. We don't have 50-degree temperatures in almost the middle of June, so this is really pleasant. It's usually hot, very humid, just miserable by this time of the day. 10:30 is when I'm actually recording this. So I've been up, I've been moving around, getting some things done in the house, got outside. I had some plants that I had bought back in the early spring, and actually had forgot about those. I'd put them in one of our dog pens to grow out, and actually just forgot about those. I went out there today and started looking at the different plants and trees shrubs that I had in those buckets, and discovered 2 of my blueberry plants. So here is 2 of my blueberry plants. This one is a blueberry misty. This blueberry plant here actually come in a package of 2 that I got from Walmart. I do not recall the name of this plant, but I'm going to find a place out here in my itty bitty garden area. Actually, it's going to be redone. We're going to be taking the old round pen down eventually. I'm going to go square up the garden and make it more conducive, give me more space. That is something we would like to work on in the next month or 2. So I've got to strategically place these plants so I don't have to dig them up again. some other plants that actually, these are not plants, these are trees. These are some walnuts that I had found lying around on the ground. And so I had put them in a pot. So I have these lovely walnut trees. We are loaded with walnut trees. I should just take you on a walk one day and just show you all the walnut trees that we have on this place. It is just staggering. We could probably have a black walnut farm. We have so many walnuts here. Black walnuts, I think, require a special taste. I do like the black walnuts. We do have a black walnut harvest here at the, I was trying to think what time of the year that we do that. I want to say sometime around September, I think, that there is actually a black walnut harvest here. And black walnuts get so thick on one of our other farms, when they fall, you could actually scoop them up with a shovel. You rake them and scoop them up, and to scoop them in the back of the pickup truck and just go to the walnut harvesting place. And it's usually about $16 per 100 pounds after they are shelled. So some of the other things I have growing here, I think this is an oak tree that is trying to grow. I sort of remember putting some acorns in here, and I think this is what it is. It looks pretty pitiful. I think it was almost dehydrated and began to die, but I think that's what that is. I have another one here. Here is another little acorn tree, another acorn that I had planted, and I'm pretty sure that's what these are, because here's the little acorn seeds. So I have these 3 oak trees and 1 walnut tree. But I am going to leave them in these containers. I'm not going to plant those anywhere this year. I'm going to let them mature and grow and just uppot them until they get to the point that they can survive on their own. I love trees. I love planting just about anything I could get my hands on just to see if I can grow it. This next, okay, so this next one is what my son got me for Mother's Day, and actually still has the card. These yellow irises were growing on one of our other farms, and they're just lining the driveway going up to the house he rents. He lives in one of the farmhouses, though. And matter of fact, there's an episode of that house. It had burned, and it's being redone. It's still in the process of being redone. We'll revisit that maybe in the next week or two. They're working on it still. So anyways, I told him I would like to have some of those. I just wasn't able to dig those up at the time. So for Mother's Day, my glasses are crooked. Maybe not. Maybe it's just a camera. I'm not sure. So for Mother's Day, he surprised me with this beautiful blue container here. And he dug up some of these irises and put them in the pot. Now, these are just some flowers I got. Let me pull those out. He put those in here for me. And I need to find a place to plant these. I'm not exactly sure where they're going to be planted yet. I may just leave them in the pot for this year. Because they do come back from bulbs. And actually, I'm not sure what some of these little things are right here. If somebody knows what this is, maybe they're seeds. I'm not really sure. Maybe it's the blooms. Anyways, he dug these up for me, and I just really love and appreciate that he went to the effort to actually dig those up for me. And they're beautiful. So I don't think that they'll bloom again for this year, but we'll see. Some other things that I have here at the house, we have some old garlic that we were able to get a hold of. I would like to find a bed to put these in somewhere, and I actually... Okay, slight interruption from my husband. He wanted to know something. And my glasses are crooked. I don't know what's wrong with them. Probably these dollar store glasses. So we have a whole bunch of these garlics. I do actually have a garlic bed. It's kind of a bonus garden. When we bought this farm 16 so years ago, the people that had lived here previously had a tiered garden bed, and in that garden bed was a lot of garlic. We pull from it from time to time every year. I never pull it all up, but it just keeps repopulating out there. And matter of fact, I think we'll take a walk out there. I think we'll go ahead and take a walk up there and just show you how it is loaded with garlic. I'll take a tool with me, and we'll go up there and dig some up and see if they're ready to dig up. And maybe while we're up there, I'll go ahead and break these off, and we will go ahead and put these up there. The ground should be nice and soft with all the rain that we've had the last 2 days, and we're expecting more rain today. So let's go ahead and walk up there, and let's see the bonus garden, I call it. It's full of garlic. I never put anything else up there except for garlic. Let's go ahead and head up to the garlic garden. It's quite the jungle getting in here. We're down here, what I call the bonus garden. This is where all of the garlic is. I sure thought there was more than what there is, but guess I've neglected it a bit. But anyways, there's a whole lot up here where we first walked in, and let's go ahead and dig here. These are beginning to fall back, and let's see what's under the ground. My husband is calling the cattle up, so what y'all hear is the cows coming to see him. I pulled all those up in that little area, and I just have so many more that need to be pulled up. I don't like pulling them all up. So let me turn you around and show you what I have, because it is a bunch. So this area right here was well established before I ever bought the place. All of this garlic has been here well before me even arriving. So I know that a lot of this garlic is probably regenerated from 20 plus probably year-old stock. It is growing like crazy. It is falling over. It is actually ready to be harvested. These are the more mature plants, so let's dig a few of these up and let's see if they're any bigger than the ones we already got. All right, let's harvest garlic from this area. This is the older part of the garden bed for the garlic, so let's get a few of these. Okay guys, so this is one of the heads that we harvested here. It's got these little baby shoots on them. I try to pull those off and throw them right back into the ground. Here you go. So even some of these have got little ones growing on them. If y'all would like to have some of these from my garden, let me know. I have ample of them. As I'm pulling them up, they are falling off back into the ground. And usually I toss these back into the ground for my next garlic season. So, like I said, I'll be happy to send a few people some of these if y'all would like these. And I know, I don't know if these are soft or hard. I have no idea. I don't know how to tell the difference. But I do know that they're really tasty. They're really good. This is my bonus garden that I had. And these just thrive year after year. I do nothing to these. They die back. They just die back. They go back to the earth. And they grow up next year on their own. These are all pesticide free, growing in pure sandy loamy soil. There is nothing in here except for cattle that if they walk in here, that's fine. It'll be compost eventually when they drop the manure. But guys, if y'all would like a few of these, I would be happy to send about 4 or 5 at a time to a person until I ran out. All right. So it is really getting a little bit humid outside. We've got these garlics growing, and I'm not going to do anything fancy with them. I'm just going to throw them in these holes that I have dug and just cover them up. And we'll just see what happens. I've had these for a while. Some of them are pretty dried out. That's one reason why I'm just planting a whole bunch in one area. Just breaking them up just so that they can get down into the ground. Just going to push them down into the ground. I'm not going to be worried about if they're right side up or not. They're just covered up and they're in the ground. Got another head here. Probably divide it because I did dig a couple more holes. So we will just put a few in each of these others. Hi guys, and welcome back to Cole Family Farms. It's been a couple of days. Today is Wednesday, and it's just been a spectacular day. We had thunderstorms. We had very unseasonably cool temperatures this morning, 66. We had about an inch of rain, thunder and lightning, and really made for a wonderful day. Low humidity. So all of that together made for a great day. This morning, I headed out to town, went to my therapy. Today was the second day of therapy again, and really having problems maneuvering my arms with weight. They started me out on 0.5 of a pound, and it was just very, very tiresome, really, really hard to pull on the pulley system. A couple of them I was not able to do at all, even with a 2.5 weight on the pulley system. So they just stopped the pulley system and put the 2.5 weight in my left hand, and I was able to navigate my arm up and down a lot better with it, without any pain or difficulty. So hoping for lots of progress. So lots of prayers, guys, that I get that strength back in my left arm and shoulder that I need, with very minimal pain. I still have those cortisone injections that are working. So I hope all in all everything goes well, my next appointment is July the 13th. I thought it was the 15th, but it's July the 13th. And right now we still do not have an expected time to return back to work. So currently I am still off. I'm still at home trying to find things to occupy me because I am really beginning to get bored. I love being at home. There's a lot of lifting that I just can't do, so that's kind of a struggle, but I'm managing to make it, and I just, thank goodness it is almost summertime, springtime, summertime here. We're almost kind of right at the beginning of summer. I can get outside. I do get outside a lot. I do a lot of walking. I do a lot of looking, and out in my garden. That kind of keeps me occupied. So after therapy today, my daughter called and said, "Hey, Mom, would you like to have your chickens back?" And I said, "Absolutely." So if y'all remember, and some of y'all may not know because you're new, but about a little bit more than 2 months ago, I got 6 chickens from Pigs, Figs, and Feathers, and got those about 2 weeks before my procedure. And I just wasn't able to take care of them, so my daughter was really gracious and raised them for me. Today I went back and got them. She did keep the black hen, and I have all but one, the Dominickers, which is a rooster, and it's still at her house. But as soon as she gets him captured, then we'll bring him back to the house. So what I will have is a total of 5 chickens. I'm not sure what they all are yet. I think I might have some hens. Hopefully they're all hens and maybe one rooster. Anyways, let's have a look at them. All right, there are my 4 Dominickers. You can see right there. Not sure, if they're all male females yet. They all have a nice size comb on their heads, so who knows, I may have all roosters, I may have a couple of hens, a couple of roosters, but we'll see as time goes along. They really cleaned out this pen here. The grass was super high inside of it, and they've done a wonderful job cleaning it. Triangular chicken coop here, and I plan on trying to get it painted and redone. For now, they are in it and they seem happy, and I'm actually happy to have them. So if you have any guesses on how many males, how many females I have, you might let me know. I do know that the one at my daughter's house is a rooster. All right, so another one of my projects that I've been doing, actually this started last year, but I have been collecting our walnuts around here and putting them in containers and trying to repopulate with walnuts. Here is some of the walnut plants here. There's one, there's another one. That one there is a box elder. Here is the small ones down here on the bottom is my oak trees that I have growing. And then I have 2 blueberry bushes that I need to get planted. While I was looking in the spare bedroom, cleaning out some stuff, I came across all of my tomato seeds from last year. And actually I thought these were all empty. And I started going through them and found that I had half of these that were empty from last year. And some of these were new packages and some still had a few seeds in them. So I'm going to start some seeds here and get them planted. It is still a fairly decent time to get tomato plants going, and these should just grow really fast, and we should get tomatoes off of these this year. So this is my garlic harvest from a couple of days ago. I just brought them out to the garden area and laid them on the ground. I haven't yet got them cleaned up, but I'm about to kind of lay them out, get them organized to hang up to dry. And I'm gonna be picking some of these little babies off here. I have a bunch of them, and like I said, if y'all want a couple of them to see how they do, I'll be happy to send out 2, 3, 4 at a time until they're gone, or if I go dig more of them up. Okay, so I just finished up planting the last of the tomato seeds that I wanted to get planted. I know it's a little late in the year to be trying to start tomato seeds, but I'm okay with that. I may not get a bumper crop harvest, but at least I'm going to see, who knows, we may have a really late frost this year, so it's just clearly an experiment. So what I have planted here, I'll show y'all quickly of the different varieties that I planted. I only had 1 to 2 seeds of most. I have the orange peach that I'm going to try. And then I have the white tomaso that I'm going to try. The Carson. The Abe Lincoln. Large cherry tomatoes. More Roma tomatoes. The Kellogg's Breakfast, the Missouri Pink Love Apple. I'm not sure that I'm going to get this one correct. It's Costaluto Genovese. Berry's Crazy Cherries. The Green Giant Tomato, or the Tomato Green Giant. And Spoon tomatoes. Now, if y'all have tried any of these and had real good success with them, just leave a message in the comment. I'll be interested to know how well they have done for you. I planted these last year. We had a drought. They come up about 2 or 3 inches. I direct sowed those in the ground. They were doing great. And then we had the drought, and it just killed them. So we've had a lot of rain this year. I hope they continue to grow. I do have my garden close to the house now. I can actually hand water from the creek, or I can water from the garden at the house. So I won't have any trouble watering these. This right here, I think, is going to be the most interesting to me, to see these teeny tiny tomatoes. I think they're probably going to be spectacular in a salad. Just wash them and throw them in a salad. I think it's really going to be a very cool addition. All right, I'm going to get working on finishing up the garlic that I pulled up a couple of days ago, and then we're going to go in the house, and I am going to show you how I make my southern potato salad. It's really easy. You can't go wrong. It's going to be ingredients that you have in your pantry. All right, guys, so stay with me till the end. I'd have a pot roast going also in the crock pot today. Just trying to make meals super simple and easy so we could get other things done. Okay, so one last video I wanted to show you. I was at my daughter's house, and she had several tomato plants out, and she had the little shoots growing from the little corners. And so I told her that you could propagate new plants from that. So I just want to show y'all, this is what I took from her tomato plant, and look at those roots that is coming off of that. I've got 6 of them. I've had them for maybe not quite 2 weeks, pretty close to it. And I am going to grow these. I'm going to call them Desiree's plants. And these are what you would call F1 plants, because they came off the mother plant. Now, hopefully, I get some nice plants out of these, which I've done this many times before in the past years, and I get some excellent, huge, healthy plants. So we'll be watching these grow as well. All right, there you go, guys. I ended up getting 7 little plants from my daughter's plants that she has at her house. I'm not 100% sure what type of plants that she has, but if all of these seeds come up and all of my plants do really well and these starts here take off, I am going to be rolling in tomatoes, but that is okay because we all love tomatoes for breakfast, lunch, snacks, supper, meals, pies, however you can make tomatoes. We love tomatoes of all kinds. All right, well, I'm going to put these down on the ground. I am not going to put these in out of the weather. They were already hardened off in her garden, so they are going to stay outside. And I did put a hole in the bottom so that they could drain out of those little Dixie cups. Hey everyone, so I'm back in my kitchen this evening. We're gonna whip up a quick potato salad for tomorrow's meal. I always like to make my potato salad the day before so that everything that I put in it can marry and combine really well. And if it's on the dry side, I could add more mayonnaise to it. So like I said, this recipe is very simple. It's everything that you have in your pantry, or it's something that you can get at your local grocery store, and it's not anything that you're going to have to order from Amazon or a specialty store. Okay, so these are simple white potatoes. I cubed them prior to boiling them. I just kind of like to go ahead and wash and get them cubed, and that way you can just drain the juice off of them and have them ready and cooling before I add all of my other ingredients. So let's run over the list of things to put in there. Mayonnaise. Duke's mayo is my preferred choice for anything. I put a little bit of mustard in there. This is gray poupon, whatever mustard you want. You don't even have to put mustard in it. My husband prefers without mustard, but this is not a heavy mustard taste. This is sweet relish that I'm going to put, but you can put dill relish. If you only have pickles, you can cut those up and put them in nice and small. We're going to be putting in half of a small onion. If you like the strong onion flavor, go ahead and put a whole one in. This is really however you want it to taste. And I've got boiled eggs here. I've got 6 left. I don't know that I will put all 6 in. Salt and pepper to taste. And the last thing is some celery seed. Let's keep this simple. We're going to start with the mayonnaise. I don't measure anything. I just kind of put it in there as I'm going along. That looks like it's about 3/4 of a cup of mayonnaise. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of the gray poupon. I don't have much celery seed left, so I'm going to go ahead and add all of it. This is going to be probably about 1/2 of a tablespoon. Not quite, just a little bit under 1/2 a tablespoon. Lay that here so I know to pick that up tomorrow. Sweet relish is next. I've never had that to get stuck before. I had unplugged it. Alright, I'm gonna add a couple of diced onions to the potato salad. Now I've already got 2 eggs in there. I'm gonna add another one, and then I'm gonna add 4 eggs. And we're gonna go from there. I'm gonna chop the eggs one more time. Next, we'll just add the salt and pepper. And let's give it all a good stir, and then we can do a taste test afterwards and see if anything else needs to be put in there. All right, let's give this a taste test. And I believe that's going to do it for us. The leftover eggs, we'll just garnish on top. If you don't have one of these egg slicers, I definitely recommend purchasing one of these. Makes your eggs nice and even. Then I'm going to dust it with a little bit of smoked paprika. Alright guys, that is for tomorrow. I'll be putting this in the refrigerator overnight. Tomorrow it's going to go with our tomato pie that we're going to make. I'm not sure if I'm doing straight tomato pie or if I'm going to do turkey and tomato pie. We have had some tomatoes come up from southern Arkansas, and we went and purchased some from a friend so that we can have our first tomato pie of the season. Stay tuned to that video when we make tomato pie and have a side dish of potato salad. Thank you guys for watching. Please remember to subscribe to my channel. There is a past video that when I hit 1,000 subscribers that I will do a homemade apron giveaway. I still haven't gotten around to completing that apron, but hopefully within the next couple of weeks, I will be able to complete that apron and showcase it on here because I am very excited to give it away. I believe that I am going to do 2 aprons, a full apron, and a half apron. So stay with me, guys. Thank you for watching the video. Please like, subscribe, share, leave me comments, and kind of just tell me what is your favorite potato salad. Have a great day.